I was rolling down Tropicana. I saw this place, the Cuba Cafe. I thought, you know what? I'm gonna check it out. Never been there. Never been inside, but I want to see what it's all about. I'm down. Let's try it. All right. I was already a pain in the ass because where I sat down, tons of music. You know how I hate music. There's always tons of music. So I asked to be set over here. I'm gonna need a translator. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get this tasting plate by recommendation here. There's a little bit of everything he says that I think will be good for me because I don't know Cuban food. And then for the dessert, I'm gonna get this little pineapple flan. So I'm sure in the comments people are gonna say, "Oh, you should have got this, you should have got that," but I don't know what I'm doing. Cuban food is new to me. You got to understand that in Texas, we have Mexicans and Mexican food, which I'm very familiar with. And Tex-Mex is very different than the fresh Baja style of more seafood-based Mexican food you get in California and they have out here in Nevada. Shrimp and chicken and fish tacos, things like that. So I'm trying to try new things. Now, I did take the Scarface car over to the Havana Express. That was good. But this is a little bit more of a cafe. There's a lot of Cubans here in the area. So I think that I'm going to expand my horizons here and learn. I wish I had a guide, someone to go with me who knew what this stuff is. But I'm going to just figure it out. Hey, listen, food is food. You can go anywhere in the world and there's the basics. There's something made out of a bird, something made out of a mammal, and something made out of something that swims. That's pretty much your choices anywhere you go. Or vegetables, or some kind of beans or peas. I just went to the Indian market here where I pick up my British beans and things because, as you know, as in India, they have that British connection. So I get a lot of my international British stuff from them. So I'm just trying to expand my horizons. You can only eat so many cheeseburgers in your life before you're ready to do something else. Okay, here it is. So it's kind of dark in here. iPhone does a good job of working in the dark, but here's a close-up. So this is a little bit of everything here. It looks good. I like it so far. And let's tear into this and try each of these things. And this is going to be a lot of fun because I've never had any of this food before. I'm really fighting against this music because there's a lot of music playing in here. It's really loud. Let's just start with some bread. Basic toasted bread. That's good bread, though. Okay. Let's start with some of this meat right here. This is a shredded beef with tomato. Okay. That's really good. I like that beef. This is some pork here. Let's try some of this pork here. That's a really flavorful pork. I really like it. Okay, let's try some of this chicken here. I'm not sure what this yellow sauce is. Nothing here is spicy in any way. Let's try this cup of black beans and rice here. That's good. I could think you could use a little bit more seasoning. I expected it to have a little bit more kick, Now I realize Cuban food, Mexican food's completely different. I understand that, so you don't got to tell me in the comments, but I just mean seasoning-wise, a little bit more savory. And maybe this is just traditionally how it's done. I'd have to say the beef is my favorite with the tomato. I like beef more than chicken or pork. The pork is nicely marinated. I don't normally like pork because it's usually too dry. You can only have pork when it's wet. Like if it's wet barbecue or boiled or, served like this. The reason people like to watch my channel is because I go down that rabbit hole and I'm not afraid to say what I want to say and I'm not filtered in any way. And I'm going to say this in a non-political way. I think America's just losing its multiculturalism through multiculturalism, the homogenization of America. If I go to an Asian restaurant, if I go to a Korean restaurant, I expect to see Koreans there, and I want to hear some K-pop. If I go to a Thai restaurant, I want to see Thai people there. If I go to an Indian place, I want to see Indian people there. If I go into a Southern soul food place and there's a white guy behind the counter, I'm leaving. Okay? If I go to an Asian place and they got just, 3 black dudes back there, I'm leaving. Okay? People are good at what they're good at. You go to a German place, you expect to see some blue-eyed, blonde-haired, people work. I mean, that's just what it is. If I go to a British pub, I expect to see some British people in there. They don't have to necessarily be white, but somebody better have a British accent or an Irish accent in the building. That's just the way I feel about it. And I think that people are losing their cultural, their roots because of the wokeness in America. I love going to an Italian restaurant and there's an Italian guy making my food. I don't see anything wrong with that. And so I look for mom and pop restaurants that are culturally run by their family. They are the people from that place, and they know what's the way it's supposed to be. I'm not saying you can't branch out, you can't have fusion. This is not a xenophobic or racist statement. This is supporting our other fellow people, and that's what we want to do. So that little speech is why I'm here today. There's nothing Mexican about Taco Bell. I wanted to really experience Cuban food. It's great. I wanted to experience Cuban food made by Cuban people who come from that place, or at least have been there. The embargoes with Cuba have prevented most Americans from ever being able to see it. And so I know that I'll probably never, ever visit there. So unfortunately in Las Vegas, this is the closest I'm going to get. Wow, this is really good. I'd like a little bit more onions and tomatoes in this. But I'm really liking this beef. It's really good. The pork is really tender. The rice, I'm full. I can't eat a lot. I still got a dessert coming. All right, here it is. This is this pineapple flan cake. It looks awesome. All right, let's try this out. Looks great. Oh wow. I didn't even notice that this was ice cream. I thought it was just cream. Wow. It's like a big slab of soft serve. Vanilla ice cream. This cake with a little pineapple cream. Okay, I like this. Oh yeah. There's chunks of crushed pineapple in here. This is really good. So $15.95 for the tasting plate, $7 for dessert, $4 for the drink. That's where the money is. Oh, I'm so stuffed. Oh, what a beautiful night it is. Oh my gosh. Oh, I love living here in Las Vegas. There we are. Okay, so the Cuba Cafe. What's the address? 2055 Tropicana. Matter of fact, there's a bunch of really great restaurants here in this little strip that I'm dying to try. Across the way there is the Casbah. I'm going to rock that later. Mediterranean place. And then there's a Peru chicken. Somebody has suggested that to me before. Across the street over there is the Crown and Anchor down the way. I've been there. And actually, check this out. I just went to the India market. There's an Indian market. It's Indian dot, not feather. And I figured out that I went in there, check this out. They sell British stuff. I loaded up, this is 2 cases of Heinz beans. You know how I love the British beans. I love the Heinz Blue Label British beans. So I got 2 cases of them. I got some for me and some for my friends. Love them. Anyway, here we are. Cuba Cafe, restaurant and bar. Official rating does not suck. That tasting plate was the bomb. I'm stuffed. If I hadn't gotten the dessert, it wouldn't have been as much. I think that was a pretty reasonably priced dinner compared to so much of the fast food and some of the other stuff that you got. I mean, if I had got a 2-piece from KFC, it would have cost me, 15, 20 bucks. Of course, you're sitting down at a restaurant, and I'm a big tipper, so that's 40 bucks. Whatever. You know what I mean? Like I was just saying, we are all very fortunate to be living here in Las Vegas, doing what we're doing. And if you're not living here in Las Vegas and you're just visiting and you're Cuban and you want some Cuban food, Cuba Cafe, come check it out. Hey, I'm Video Bob and you're watching Bob Eat Vegas. I'll see you the next time I get hungry. They call me Cuban Pete. I'm the king of the rumba beat. When I play the maracas, they go chick, chicky, boom, chick, chicky, boom.